Yo, yo, yo. So that video wasn't supposed to pop up yet. Bro, I swear to God, it never fails.
Booty, baby.
Are pretty funny, Gabs.
What's up, Ferret? Yeah, so I had all this sorted last night. Everything worked fine, and then of course I start everything up this morning, and then it plays the wrong stupid flipping video, dude. So no, stop. You stop it. You stop it. Jesus Christ! I can't even flip and click on it. Yo, give me just a second. Give me just 1 second. I gotta try to. I'll just try to fix it later. It's not a big deal right now, as long as the other one works. So I'll just have to fix it after the stream today. Yeah. So that's the new montage, actually. That's one of the new montages. That's the one I at least got completely finished yesterday. So yeah, but it wasn't supposed to be kicking off the stream this morning, anyways, and I don't know what the crap happened. So apparently some settings got jacked up in my scenes or something like that. So I'll have to take a look and get it sorted out after the stream today. It never fails, dude. Anytime I make changes, dude, there's just so much crap in OBS that stuff just gets wonky, dude. So, I mean, as far as bad things, if things go awry, you know what I mean? It's not the worst thing in the world. At least everybody got a little bit of a taste there. There's still more to that. It's a little bit of a longer video, which is why it automatically switched over before it was done. It's the wrong video to play for the intro. It's still supposed to be the first year of vids. I haven't worked on getting, I've got to figure out how to get it implemented to where I can run different videos to kind of begin and begin the stream, and it's all about running tools to let stuff play and automatically switch scenes, and it has a different kind of mechanic for how long they are and knowing when to switch over to the right scenes and stuff like that. It's an intricate kind of thing that I have to work through and get figured out for running different videos on that system too. So it's a weird kind of deal. It's going to take me a little bit to get it all figured out with running multiple videos and stuff, but I'll get it. It's just different now that we got new videos. But what I will do is I do have it all hooked up to run. That was supposed to be the new montage for me to run for you guys while we take our break in between doing the news and playing games today. So I will run it then. Everybody will get to check out the new montage that's finished so far. There's plenty of more highlights that I still need to get taken care of for making at least a couple more. So we'll have more. But we've got a couple of new GIFs. I know that Ferret will love one of them, dude. Yeah, Ferret will love one of them. Here you go, dude. This one's for you, buddy. There you go.
A new Vancouver-based EA studio. EA. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to say that without wanting to throw up.
So we got some new ones. I'll need to probably take that and up the volume in it a little bit. It sounds a little bit soft. Maybe you guys will have to let me know. But I might need to up the volume out of that VOD a little bit for the GIF. But we'll see. I need feedback on that stuff from you guys sometimes. But yeah, we got the EA gag reflex. It was fine. Okay, cool. Nice. Good deal. We got that one. We got Gabs' new one in here too. The one that Gabs just made. That one's all up in here too. This one.
And I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a pretty good one, dude. Yeah. So we got some new gifts, and I got the new one of the new montages done. So again, if anybody didn't get to see it at the beginning of the stream this morning, then you know, I'll show it off again in between doing the news and the gameplay stuff. Okay, so it's good to see everybody. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Happy Thursday, man. Ferret Davey, what's up, guys? We're gonna go do the news, and then we are going to hop into more Song of Horror, man. It's gonna be a cool day. What in the crap is happening? You stop that right flipping now. There we go. Hold on one second, guys. Seems good, seems good. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, let's get over. Let's do this news, video gaming news stuff, man. So we'll do that, and then we'll start doing some gaming like we always do. All right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm good, dude. Yeah. Gabs, dude, she does a great job with these little videos and stuff, man. They're bangers, man. Yeah, I had a great day yesterday, dude. It was just busy, man. My Wednesdays are always busy. And even though it's a day off from being live on the stream, I'm just constantly busy, dude, with life stuff and you know, working on behind the scenes stuff for the stream and everything. So it's busy days, dude. It's busy days, but it was a good day. Yeah, it was a good day. So let's get over here. Let's do this gaming stuff, man. Video gaming news stuff, I mean. Here we go. Let's do it. I've got our date range set for basically Tuesday through today. Yeah. Yo, nice, dude. GG's. Congrats, broski. That's awesome, man. Nice. Now you'll be going up for those what is it, after quarter? Is it you going for like the annual and stuff? Is that how that works? I can't even remember anymore, dude. It's been a hot minute. Yeah. Well, good luck to you, man. Good luck. Right, yeah. And then like yeah. Don't you usually get some kind of like, if you get the higher tier awards, even maybe with just getting quarter stuff sometimes, depending on where you work and stuff, sometimes you get like some extra PTO and stuff, I think, maybe. Just depends, I think, but I think that is something that but I think it comes down to like your supervisor or something like that too. A lot of times they can like authorize to give you like, yeah. Right, yeah. I had it happen a couple of times, yeah. I got a little bit of some extra paid time off for getting some of those kinds of awards and stuff, dude. Good luck to you, buddy. I hope you get it, man. That's awesome. Diablo 4 Season Patch 2 fixes almost every problem I've had with it at launch. Let's see what this author's talking about here. Yeah, Season 2's coming right now. They've got the vampire stuff popping off in D4 at this Season 2 launch stuff. Yeah, man. So we'll see what's up. PS Plus drops 120 pounds worth of free games available to download now. Let's see what this is. All right, let's get rid of some of this sports stuff real quick. Samsung is adding cloud gaming to your Galaxy phones. Let's take a peek at this real quick. Bap, doop, bap. Why am I not surprised? Dude, the flippin' healthcare in this country is an absolute sham. It is a scam. It's just a greedy, flippin' rabbit hole of scumminess, dude. It's so disgusting. I don't want to get off on a rant right now, but God, you see like an article like this, and it's hard not to talk about it. You know, feels like even people anymore that do have decent insurance are still struggling with healthcare, man. It's brutal. What is this? Like a Turtle Beach phone snap-on controller accessory. Let's take a look, see what that is. Yep. You're absolutely right, dude. Corrupt. Uh-huh. Seems that way, doesn't it? There aren't very many of them that seem to be decent. That's for sure. Yeah. I know, man. It's a brutal thing to look at and watch and feel like you're a part of that system, you know? It's felt like that for a long time for me. Sitting there watching it, looking at it, and going, God, what a just terribly corrupt system we live under, dude. You know? It's felt really, really brutal to be a part of that for such a long time now. And I'm sure we only know a fraction of it, you know? Yeah, you're absolutely right, dude. Has anybody even used one of these Red Magic phones, dude? They're supposed to be really good gaming devices. I've never gotten my hands on one. I've never really played around with one, but they are supposed to be pretty solid, dude. Well, let's see what they're talking about here with this. What is it? What are they saying here? Looks like they're just selling Amazon for them right now. Oh, for real? Yeah. These Red Magic phones, dude, are supposed to be like powerhouse gaming devices, dude. That's kind of the way they're promoted anyways, but I've never gotten to like test one. I haven't done a ton of research. I know they're promoted that way, you know. I don't know if they really follow through with that promise of what they're marketed as. Let's go one more page here and then we'll go look at our other search. Passing all the Web3 blockchain bullcrap, dude. When is Valorant coming to Xbox Series X? We'll take a quick peek at that, so maybe we can inform some people when they might be able to expect that.
Now that we're friends again, is it okay if I pet you?
Holy crappers.
Thanks, dude.
Sayak just resubscribed for 23 months. Ski by dibby dib yoda dub dub. Yoda dub dub. Ski by dibby dib yoda dub dub. Yoda dub dub. I'm the scat man. Ski by dibby dib yoda dub dub. Yoda dub dub. Ski by dibby dib yoda dub dub. Yoda dub dub. Barda barda barbie bop bop barda bug.
Yo, thanks, brother. What's up, dude? Oh man, at 23 months, dude, you're about to hit the 2-year, dude. You're about to hit that 2-year. What's up, brother? Good morning, dude. Happy Thursday. Yo, thank you very much, man. Incredible. Almost 2 years now, dog. That's wild. You're about to get another tentacle, dog. Yeah, you're about to get that 3rd tentacle. Ooh wee, boy, you're gonna have 3 tentacles now? You're well on your way to that Thulu, baby. Yeah. What's up, dude? How's your day going? How was your day yesterday, man? Oh, by the way, dude, you've got a really nice highlight in our new montage, so you'll like that. That's all I can give you right now. I'm going to be showing it off. It accidentally played this morning to begin the stream. It wasn't supposed to be that. It'll be playing in between the news segment and video gaming, playing our continuing our playthrough of Song of Horror today. So I'll show one of the new montage I've finished so far. I've got more coming, but you've got a nice little highlight in there, buddy. I gotta give you a one guess what it's about. Well, yeah, what I probably need to do is get I've thought about this too, and I don't think a lot of, even though obviously, I mean, even you know that, like, I start off all my streams with a montage all the time, right? But you were just used to the old one, so it caught you off guard, apparently. So what I probably need to do is be putting some kind of like banner on there, like a small banner that says this is a, this is a montage live stream. Will be up soon or something like that. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be hard to do. This is like a video montage. Live stream will be up soon, something like that. So I've thought about that, and I'll probably try to get that implemented. It's just it's so time intensive, dude, trying to create these videos. That was kind of on the back end of me trying to get that stuff done. Yeah.
And I think
so.
Yeah, I think we do have his description. Can we take that? Let's take his description.
Tipping gas, dog.
Okay.
What a legend, dude. She's made a lot of good stuff for this channel, dude. It's crazy. Best one yet? You think it's better than Yo Yo Yo? Really? I mean, dude, that's really good. It is really good. Yeah, she's good at that stuff. She really is, dude. Yeah. She definitely she brings it, dog. Yeah. I think both of those are probably way up there for everybody's like favorite gifts right now to be using. I think there's going to be a lot of spamming both evil suspect wanted, evil antics, and yo yo yo.
A new Vancouver-based EA studio. EA. Sorry guys, it's so hard to say that without wanting to throw up.
I finally got the EA gag reflex done, dude. Yeah. Finally. Yeah. So I found that yesterday, and we got that taken care of. So, do you like that? That's like some. So if you don't even, it's probably kind of hard to notice, but that's actually like that entire clip. Whenever I originally cut that out, it's a pretty long clip, but I had to cut out like the first of it, and then cut out a chunk of the middle of it, and like put the other two parts together just to get that little piece, you know. But it's totally worth. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. Yo, dude, I've talked about this a good bit here recently, and look, I mean, I'm sorry if I'm not gonna be real comfortable diving into any platform that has anything to do with Elon Musk. You know, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think he's an intelligent individual, but I also feel like he's a man-child. You know, Yeah. I saw that yesterday, Tinwin. Sorry I didn't get a reply to you, dude, and I'll pull it up. Thanks for reminding me. Thanks for shooting that to me, dude. I didn't get a chance to dive into it. It was a busy day yesterday, bro. Yeah, but I'll pull it up. Yeah. What's up, buddy? Happy Thursday, man. Let me see this, dude. Yeah. Grab this real quick. Tinwin, you've got a nice little piece of our montage, new montage, dude, that'll be playing a little bit in between the news segment too, dude. I'll just play it here in just a second if you guys want to see it, dude. I'll just play it here in a second if you guys want to watch it. But it's like 15 minutes long. That's the problem. I don't want to take up like a bunch of the news segment watching it, you know what I mean? So that's the problem with it. Yeah, there we go. This should be it, right? Yep. Yeah, thanks, Timwin. Bro, my internet feels brutally slow right now. I don't know what's going on. Might just be my browser too. My browser updated last night, and it's like just being a big old hot piece of slowness now. Might be part of that. All right. Yes, yeah, buddy. Thanks again, bro. Appreciate it. I don't know. The whole Elon thing. Yeah, all right, dude. Obviously, everybody who has any kind of platform at all that has to do with entertainment or social media or anything like that, you know, they all want some piece of the gaming pie, right? So, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. But, dude, I mean, literally want nothing to do in any capacity of being significantly involved with anything that has to do with this individual, you know? Oh, you did? Oh, sick, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's almost what it seemed like, you know what I mean? That they might be trying to get this thing ramped back up, you know what I mean? I think this might be a ploy to try and gauge interest, you know what I mean, at the very least. They might already just have plans to be bringing it back. It also might be, and we'll talk about it once I bring it up, you know what I mean? But, you know, it could be something just to try and see how many people they can, how much interest they can garner in it coming back. You know, would it be worth their investment in it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Who knows how this will go? We've seen other platforms try this, right? Then one of the first articles I saw come up. One second. One of the first articles we saw come up about this was like, Twitch is dead. Elon Musk's streaming service is going to be the new hot thing or something. I was like, give me a break, dude. It's not that easy, you know? Look, don't get me wrong. This platform has definitely had its share of issues over the past especially the past 2 to 3 years, you know, which is why I've gotten myself, you know, accounts on backup accounts on other platforms. That way, if we as a community feel like we need to move and go somewhere else, we can. Yeah. But I do enjoy Twitch. I like Twitch. And if it benefits us to stay here, I'll continue to be here. And I say us because it's important to me that everybody that's a part of what we do here, being this community, is on board with what because that would be a big change, right? That's a big decision. And I wouldn't want to be making that kind of decision without input from the vast majority of our community here, you know. But we've seen a lot of other companies try this, whether it be Facebook or even Microsoft, or I mean, you name it, dude. It's not easy. And look, we've also seen what Elon feels like he can go and do with a platform like just buying up Twitter, you know. And let's be fair, he turned that company into a flipping dumpster fire, dude. So, oh yeah, oh okay, yeah. I was wondering about that. I know exactly what you're talking about. All right, yeah, cool. Thanks, Ferret. Thanks, dude. Yeah. So I don't know, dude. You know, this is one of those people that is scary to me, because it seems like everything I know about this individual is that obviously with wealth comes power, but it's also an individual that it seems like feels like they can just do whatever they want because they are so wealthy. And dude, that's not somebody that I care to be associated with, not in any capacity, you know. And a lot of the things that I know about him anyways, just, and again, I think that anything that gets reported on high profile kind of infamous individuals, you have to take with a grain of salt, because media nowadays is always going to try to portray what they want you to think and know about people. But at the same time, if you continue to hear the same kind of stuff about people over and over and over, there's probably some semblance of truth behind it too. You know. And from everything I know about Elon at this point, I'm just not a big fan. And I don't really inherently trust that, like, this kind of platform coming out of Twitter and in the state that Twitter's in right now is going to be a great thing. You know, are there going to be people that jump on it because it's something that Elon's behind? Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm not one of those people, dude. I'm not one of those people, dude. You know? Yeah. And that's why, I mean, look, I mean, you guys know how I am about that stuff too. And I'm always going to try and prompt people to fact check stuff as much as possible. Just because you hear it from me or just because you hear it from anybody else doesn't mean it's you know, 100%. And you should always try and fact check all your information before you spread it around and stuff. You know, I do my very best to spread, you know, factual information. I hate misinformation, you know. Trust but verify, absolutely. Fair. Yeah. And I think the best thing you can do is rely on, you know, the very few good independent news sources that are still out. I think Reuters is still a pretty good one. But there are a lot of news sources out there, no matter where you are in the world, that have some kind of leaning political side and agenda that they try and push propaganda towards and stuff like that. If you can find those independent news sources that don't have that, they do tend to be pretty good about reporting on just factual information. So I think Reuters still tends to be a pretty good one. There aren't very many of them left though. So I don't know. I'm always going to push that kind of, you know, viewpoint out there. I think that, you know, I don't know Elon from a personal standpoint, but again, I think it's hard to not have a bit of a sour view of the individual after everything I've seen him do over the past couple to few years, and everything that I have seen come out about him, and the way that he handles his business and some of his viewpoints and things like that. But I think there's always going to be a grain of salt, because things can be misconstrued, taken out of context. I mean, you name it. The media is really good at doing that kind of thing. But just inherently the fact that many other large platforms have tried this and failed, it's not an easy thing to get into, dude. The game streaming stuff, the live streaming, content streaming stuff, it's not easy, man. Oh, yo. Hold on. No. Stop it. I think the new free games with Prime are coming up today or tomorrow. And with those free games with Prime is going to be Ghostwire Tokyo. So anybody that has Prime, Amazon Prime, you also have Amazon Prime Gaming. And that is a game that you should be grabbing. That's a pretty solid free piece of software, gaming software you should be getting your hands on. There are a couple of other notable ones. Thanks for it. So we'll pull that up. Since I'm talking about, and let's talk about the free games right now too on Epic. Yo, today is your last day to get Model Builder and Solstice. You got roughly 3 hours from now. And then the next game will be Godlike Burger from the 5th through the 12th, okay? So get your free games, don't forget. Well, let's take a look real quick and it is today. It is supposed to kick off today. So you can see right here, both Grund and Ghostwire Tokyo go free today on Prime Gaming. And then on the 12th, it'll be Coma 2 and Monster Prom 2. And then on the 19th, the Texorcist, which a lot of you should probably already have on Epic Games, if you followed my advice for grabbing your free games. At some point in the past, they've given away the Texorcist. And I think a couple of times, actually. And you should already have that. But if not, and you have Prime Gaming, then this is your chance to grab that. And then Super Adventure Hand on the 26th, okay? But these two games right now are coming today, it looks like. Yeah. The title of this is Video Game Makers Aren't Catering for Gamers with Disabilities, Study Finds. I think here's the thing that's difficult. The amount of different disabilities that people can deal with, whether it be mental or physical, handicaps, limitations, and the spectrum of what that handicap presents to each specific person, from a pretty low to moderate disability to a very impairing kind of disability, it's so vast, you know? And I think that we have seen I think especially over about the past half decade, you're starting to see a lot more accessibility features in software, right? There is a lot more accessibility features in software. Now, here's one of the things that drives me nuts. Whenever video game makers want to try and act like key binding is an accessibility feature, key binding is something that should just naturally be in games. What I'm talking about is like anything that can help people overcome key binding is definitely one of those things that should be there. But personally, for me, key binding is something that should have been naturally default part of gaming as the basically default accessibility inherent baseline part of accessibility for any video game player from the inception of video games, basically. And we still have games that come out nowadays that still don't have it. So I think it's asinine, you know what I mean, for games to come out and not have like at least key binding in them. Now, getting to actual like dedicated accessibility options, whether it be like different kinds of text for dyslexia, or it could be altering colors for colorblind people. There's all kinds of stuff. I mean, even for people that suffer from like, what was it? I think was it thalaphobia? Is that what it is? The is that the disorder where it's fear of deep water or whatever? Thalassophobia or it's something close to that. In Horizon Forbidden West, they have an accessibility option where it prevents in some form or fashion prevents you from having to deal with that kind of deep water scenarios and stuff. Thalassophobia, there you go. I was close. Yeah. Thanks, Ferret. Thanks. So there's that, as well as like something like Grounded from Obsidian. You know, they've basically made it to where there are accessibility options to deal with, so you don't have to deal with the spiders in the game. You know, it basically turns them into big looking blobs instead of like big giant massive arachnids. You know, there are a lot of people that have fear of spiders, and I think even outside of that, when you talk about accessibility, you've got to talk about not just the video game makers themselves, but the hardware developers and everything too, because there's a lot that goes into the side of what people need, again, from both sides of mental and physical handicaps, and what people need to be able to enjoy the world that we all love so much, right? I mean, this is what has brought us all here together, why we all hang out every single day and we play games and we you know, laugh and have fun and stuff. Any spider of that size, yeah, no doubt, yeah. The thing that sucks is I'd still probably go, oh dude, look at that giant jumping spider, that thing's so cute, and then it would eat me and I'd just be done. So I think there's a lot more being done. But I think there's another issue, which is that, and when we've seen even showcases that come up that are specifically aimed at showcasing games developed specifically for individuals that have disabilities. So there is that happening in the industry, you know, but that's definitely not happening on the AAA front or the AA front. It's not a very prominent thing, you know. But we like with this year, we've watched a showcase that was dedicated towards showcasing and trying to get awareness around these developers who, let's be fair, I mean, are doing great work in trying to get all those people who suffer from, you know, these huge obstacles of being able to enjoy the world that we all love so much, you know, or that most other people are able to enjoy so much. Who haven't been able to in the past. They're trying to provide them with those experiences, which is fantastic, man. I want as many people to be able to come and enjoy the world that I love. You know, this is my jam, dude. I love video games, and what it provides me as far as like an escape and giving me it is a huge thing for my mental health, and not only, but even leading me into what I do now in streaming, which is a great thing for me as well, and building this community and being able to hang out with you guys and have a good time and network with people and communicate with people and create friendships and things like that. I mean, all the way around, it's been a great thing for me. You know, it always has been. And I want other people to be able to experience that as well, if that's what they're interested in. And I think that's where this is such a critical thing that needs to be done for those people that have disabilities, that have huge obstacles of getting in and experience games the same way we do. Because, to be fair, most games are not developed in a way that is functional and accessible for individuals with moderate to severe handicaps, right? So I think one of the problems also is that for a lot of people that are developing games, they're probably not sitting down and taking a hard look at, like, how do I develop this game in a way that provides accessibility to anybody that might not be like me, you know? Which is a mindset I think more people probably need to try and incorporate. Yeah, and we've seen, I think, again, you know, there are a lot of AAA developers that have been trying to push that notion, and I'm glad. I'm really glad that that's happening. We're seeing a lot more accessibility options coming and stuff, but I just don't think it's one of those things that naturally happens for people. You know, when you develop a game, it's not something you think of necessarily. It's not a real intuitive process for you to go, how might other people be able to play this that aren't able to play games the same way I am because of some kind of, you know, disability. And then again, you know, like I said before, trying to you know, plan for the fact of how many different varying disabilities there are out there is a very difficult thing. So there are a lot of different reasons why this could happen. That PS controller, Jesus Christ, you talking about the flipping Project Leonardo or whatever it was called? Oh. Yo, yeah. Yeah, it looked like a, yeah, I know what you're talking. They just released it not too long ago. I mean, yeah, I think that's the other thing. That's the other big thing. And I've talked about that a lot. I've got videos on YouTube. I mean, I think what you're probably getting at, yeah, Ferret, is, you know, I used to like Madden 2 Volt back in the early 2010s. Used to like a lot of EA stuff back in the day. Gotta play with a bucket? Yeah. Yeah. That's funny, dude. I think that's the other big issue, right? Is especially on the front of like hardware. It's hard for me to see somebody like PlayStation be like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this for, you know, we're trying to." It's obvious that they're not really trying to do it for the gamers. They're not trying to do it for their consumer base, or, you know, the people out there that might have a disability or a handicap that want to be part of their community whenever they're selling these products for over what even a normal DualSense 5 controller runs for, you know. What was it, like $90 or something, I think Project Leonardo is. Oh, I forgot what they actually call it. It's their accessibility controller for their PS5. It's like $90, and I think the DualSense controller is like $60 nowadays. So it feels bad, dude. It's like, you know, that's always something I'm gonna have an issue with. You know, the very least, man, trying to get it down to like the same. I get it. There's research that goes in. It's a kind of a. I understand business is business, but part of business is taking care of your consumer and showing them that you care and stuff too. And For me, it would have felt just a lot nicer to have PlayStation and any other company that does this kind of thing, for that matter, make accessibility controllers around the same price line that anybody else is having to pay for what they need to get in and play games, right? Why is it fair that anybody that has a disability, they already have significant hurdles to cross to get into this world that they want to be a part of, that we all love so much, right? They already inherently have a lot of huge obstacles to bypass, that a lot of the rest of us don't have. And then they're people like companies like PlayStation are gonna drop even a higher monetary obstacle on top of that too. That feels terrible, dude. It feels terrible. So not only is it hard for them to get into gaming in the first place, but then they have to pay more than we do, even for a controller that they need to play the games with. Bro, that is terrible. That feels so flippin' bad. At the very least, it should be on the same baseline price as what a normal PlayStation controller is. They shouldn't have to pay more to get in and play with like we do. That's terrible, man. It makes me sick. Oh, they are, Ferret. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I agree too, dude. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. They are. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially like, dude, I don't know. I know that controllers nowadays have a lot more to them than they ever did before. Like back in the day, you take like an old Nintendo, like an NES or Super Nintendo controller, dude, those things are still trucking. But they were also pretty basic electronics inside, and real sturdy, real sturdy buttons and stuff. You know what I mean? They were good, dude. Nowadays, there's so much like chipboards and flipping, all the wireless crap that's got to go inside, and the joysticks, and I mean, you name it, dude. All these the flipping haptics and the rumble and all that stuff that needs to go inside these controllers. It's a different kind of thing. But I agree, they're not built with the same kind of quality that they were back in the day, and they cost way more too. The thing that's crazy to me is like, you see what a controller costs today, like a modern controller for like a DualSense 5 or an Xbox controller, right? And then you look at what Nintendo's trying to sell their like retro controllers for, right? Like Nintendo tried to sell like their N64 retro controllers or like their Super Nintendo retro controller. And bro, all it has over what the original controllers were is wireless. And they're selling those things for just as much as like a new Xbox, or it's somewhere along the lines of like a new Xbox, new PlayStation controller. It's like, why? What? I can't believe people buy it. That's the thing. People buy it. It's like, Jesus Christ. bro, really? Like, dog, that's terrible. I don't know, man. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, if anything, you should be buying like an 8-bit Do controller, because they make a lot of those retro controllers that are going to be, in my opinion, much better than anything Nintendo's going to make. But yeah, it is, dude. It is. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and I mean, on that same front, dude, you want to bring up that topic? Let's talk about, I've got an article out on the YouTube right now talking about how Capcom has come out. Their CEO has come out and talked about how prices need to be raised. Here, check this out. If you haven't seen this yet, this is Capcom's president talking about how prices need to be raised on us even more, right? A lot of you probably saw it here in the news segment whenever I covered it initially, but it is there on the YouTube channel as well if you didn't get to see that. This is disgusting. And if, So if you are playing on, say, a PS5, and look, man, I go into great detail, and I've done this very often about the price of games. These retailers, these big AAA retailers, want to act like they need to keep raising the prices of games or whatever at retail, when they keep doing these scummy monetization schemes in a ton of their games. And Capcom specifically just came out with a game, Exo Primal, that is just riddled with microtransactions, battle passes, you name it, dude. It's disgusting. And then they go, oh, well, we need to raise the prices of our games at retail. And it was not even a free to play. It was a AAA price tagged game. You know, so it's like they're getting their money. Yeah. They're getting their money. And if you're talking about them encroaching upon that like $100 price tag for a AAA game, and we're hearing that something like GTA 6 could be well beyond that, actually. And I don't think that's crazy to think that Rockstar is going to be pushing out GTA 6 at a higher price tag, because they've been doing it anyways with the online versions and stuff, right? They've been making people pay for to have the online version and everything. So they're probably just going to make it part of the game. It's like, oh, well, you know, everybody's going to have online access, but you got to pay more for it. You know what I mean? It's just going to be part of the game. It's default. But you got to pay more. Right? And but the game's probably going to be stupid expensive too, because the budget for the game apparently is well over $1 billion. And maybe it won't be, but I mean, this is like the rumor mill stuff we're hearing right now, is that something like GTA 6 is going to be, you know, over $100 price tag game. And I mean, I won't pay that. But what you're kind of getting on right there, Ferret, is something that I've thought about a lot here lately. If you're a console gamer and say you paid like $500, you know, we're talking US, so convert that or whatever. But if you paid $500 for a PS5, right? And then you're paying like $100 for a game, dude, that's a quarter of how much your hardware cost. Right? So, I mean, when's it stop, really? I mean, I feel like we're getting into this situation here where, again, I'm never going to have an issue supporting developers that provide good, solid, quality content. Especially like the more fun and the more time I get out of an experience, the more apt I am to continue to support that developer, you know, in some form or fashion. But how often is it that we get AAA games that are just really mediocre? Gameplay experience is like 15 to 20 hours, and they're usually pretty forgettable, if they even perform well enough to play, you know? But they need the price tags to go up. Look, to be fair, Capcom's been pretty good. Of a lot of the AAA developers and stuff, they've been pretty good. But the whole Exo Primal thing was disgusting, and then they come out and want to raise prices too. I mean, it's crazy, dude, how expensive everything is getting, and yeah, I mean, you can relate it like that. How much everything's costing in relation to like what your hardware actually costs just to play the games, you know? It's kind of wild. But here's also the thing. I mean, I think we're about to see a big changeover, man, in the industry and the way things like that work. So traditionally, this is the way things have always been for gamers. Either you game on PC hardware, you game on console hardware, whatever, right? But we've already seen from Xbox, by the end of this decade, they're planning on being like small form factor. Streaming from the cloud, right? Basically, gaming as a service is what Xbox is trying to convert over to. They've never been winning on the hardware side of things anyway, so why does it make sense for them to keep doing that? So, on that front, if you're like an Xbox player, and to be fair, Xbox does a lot of PC stuff too, but especially on the console side of things, your console is probably going to end up costing no more than about $100 if things keep moving the way they think they're going to move for Xbox. We've already seen leaked documents, right? Where you're just going to be streaming your games through a small form factor piece of, you know, hardware that you utilize most of your resources through Xbox, not your local console. It's a big game changer. Yeah, we talked about this already. Yeah, Arkham Trilogy has been delayed to December on the Switch. We'll see if it hits. The Switch is so flippin' underpowered and old. This trilogy is supposed to be amazing. I hope they get it to work good on the Switch, but we'll see what happens. Good. Fortnite is adding in-game age ratings for user-created content, as it should be. We've talked about this crap too. I have high hopes for Wolverine, and I don't think that Iron Man and Black Panther are going to be very good, because who are they coming from? Black Panther and Iron Man are coming out from
a New Vancouver-based EA studio. EA. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to say that without wanting to throw up.
Exactly. I'm so glad I finally got that done. Who's making them? I don't know. I need to look into it. I don't know who the subsidiaries are for EA that are making those games, if that's what you're asking, Ferret. But under EA nonetheless. EA publishing them. It's EA subsidiaries making those games. And I mean, again, I think that it's inevitable that occasionally a game will come out of EA that's pretty solid. Yeah. Pretty solid. But it's because they're flipping the scope of their reach. Their umbrella is so huge. It covers so much. It's inevitable that occasionally they'll get something decent, you know? But most of the time, their games are like just mediocre at best, I feel, you know? And so that's why I don't expect much out of either of those Marvel games, which sucks for Marvel fans, especially, you know, I mean, they're like, there are a lot of superhero fans out there. There are a lot of fans of the Marvel universe, and whether it be either side, Black Panther, Iron Man, you know, there are a lot of fans for each side. And honestly, neither one of those games are probably going to be fantastic. Yeah. Wolverine will probably be dope because it's being made by Insomniac. But the other two, probably not. I wouldn't. I don't think people should get their hopes up. The chances of them being really good games is not super high, you know? What? Yo, what happened here, dude? So, you know, Sega had this Hyenas game coming out. It was like a multiplayer shooter extraction kind of game or whatever. And it was being promoted very heavily for a long time. And, dude, apparently this game already had betas and stuff, and it was close to release, and they just crushed it. They just flushed it, dude. And apparently it's the biggest budget game ever? We'll see. We got a new Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer trailer. This game's coming out in November, man. We're not that far away. Oh, wow, dude. Yikers. Okay. Former Ubisoft executives reportedly arrested over sexual misconduct allegations. What is this? Sony quietly updates PS5 free game. Offer to clarify it's invitation only. Wait, what? What? Interesting. Oh. That's that deal they've been promoting. Like if you're a new PS5 owner, and it was like through the end of September all the way through like the 24th of October, if you bought a PS5 for the first time, set up an account, you could get a free first-party PlayStation game. Apparently they're putting some fine writing in there, man. We'll see what that is. This game actually looks dope. We've looked at it before, though, so I'm not going to dive in there. We got enough news this morning. We did cover the Sony PS Plus games as well. Yeah, I think we've actually got this up right here, so we'll be good. We've covered it before, too, but... Yo, Ferret, how long do you think this will last? Nintendo's president says it will continue to support Switch. Ellipses. Nintendo's president, let me finish this for you guys. Nintendo's president says it will continue to support Switch until the next Switch comes out, and then they'll shut down all support for this Switch. Yeah, Ferret. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think we're on the same. Me and you, buddy. We've been played by Nintendo too long on this front, dude. Give me a break. Wait, what? Silent Hill Ascension listing reveals late October launch. What? And Series X owners can grab a free $70 game for a very limited time. Okay, let's dive in here, dude. Let's kill this music. Cool. All right, here we go. These will be our articles for the day. Let's get in it. Silent Hill Ascension listing reveals late October launch. Man, I almost read this as lunch. I'm getting hungry. The interactive streaming series is one of several Silent Hill projects in the works. Yeah, there's like 3 right now. Silent Hill 2 remake, obviously. Ascension, also. So Ascension looks set to launch on on Halloween, dude. While the interactive streaming series is officially set to debut this year, a Google Play listing updated on Monday carries the late October launch date. Silent Hill Ascension launches October 31st. It reads, experience the live world premiere at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. Isn't this like we'll read about it. This is like an interactive, like, kind of experience thing, though. According to the developer Genvid Technology, Silent Hill Ascension offers a unique mix of streaming, show, and video game where the audience can influence the outcome of the characters' worlds and stories they love. It adds, the series follows multiple main characters from locations around the world tormented by new and terrifying Silent Hill monsters. Lurking in the shadows, these monsters threaten to consume people, their children, and entire towns as they draw into the darkness by both recent murders and long-suppressed guilt and fears. Join this immersive journey as your decisions shape the story, leading to gripping moments of redemption, suffering, or damnation. It will feature daily live story scenes where each day is different from the last based on your actions and the audience's decisions. Ascension is one of a number of Silent Hill projects currently in development. The medium developer Bloober team is working on Silent Hill 2 remake. Silent Hill Townfall, is in development at Scottish studio No Code and will be published by Annapurna Interactive. And Silent Hill F is a completely new story set in 1960s Japan, featuring a beautiful yet horrifying world. Yeah, kind of wild. Oh, boo! All right, dude. Yo, you're ready for those holiday vibes, dude. Holiday Santa, look at you. Yeah. All right, cool. We'll have to see. Yeah, this is going to be a kind of a different kind of thing here. Silent Hill Ascension on Halloween. Nice. All right. Xbox Series X owners can grab a free $70 game for a limited time. What we got? Yeah, that's what I figured. They were already doing this. This is one of the latest Xbox Series X deals will grant you a free premium price game when you buy a new console. We had already read that if you bought from Verizon, you could get Starfield for free. If you bought from Target, right now they're doing a sale where you get various different titles. Excuse me. Sorry. You could get your selection of one of a number of different titles for free, including Starfield in there as well. Yep, Target. Full price game at no additional cost. List of games would be like Starfield, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which I highly recommend you stay away from. First of all, this.
A new Vancouver-based EA studio. EA. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to say that without wanting to throw up.
Yeah, this is an EA game published, and this is Respawn. And Jedi Survivor is still a hot, broken mess. And I don't know if it's still terrible on Xbox. I know it's still very broken on PC. It was bad on all platforms on release 5 months ago, going on 6 months ago. And they've already greenlit the third game. Look, if this doesn't tell you anything, this game is still broken. This game is still broken. Jedi Survivor is. They've gone ahead and greenlit the third game, meaning that they don't give a crap. They made enough money on a broken ass game, a broken product that they duped a bunch of people with, that they are willing to go ahead and greenlight the next one, start working on it before they even care of the previous one being fixed. And that's what they're going to do to their customers. These companies do not deserve to be supported in this industry. Respawn can get wrecked. EA can get wrecked. That's disgusting. I do not recommend buying Jedi Survivor, selecting Jedi Survivor, giving them any more reason to show that they've had this game purchased or selected or anything like that. They don't deserve it, dude. It even includes games that were recently released too, most notably Mortal Kombat 1. So getting a game like that for free is an offer too good to pass up. Yep. So yeah, that's kind of what we talk. You can also, from Verizon, apparently right now, there's also a deal where you can get a Xbox Series X with Starfield, but that's the only game you'll get with it. You don't get to select from any other ones. That's the one you would have to take. Sony quietly updates their PS5 free game offer to clarify it's invitation only. Yeah, they recently have started holding their own promotion. It was from the end of September, like the final week of September through the 21st or 24th of October. If you bought a PS5 for the first time, set up your account, you would get a selection of like roughly 15 different first-party PlayStation games, whether it be God of War, Horizon, Demon's Souls, There's a bunch of them, man. You know, but apparently they're updating some terms here. Only invited users can redeem the offer. What? The promotion first appeared last month, offering some new PlayStation 5 users in the US a free game. According to the terms of the offer, it was valid only in the US for eligible PSN accounts. Oh, I didn't even know that. Only in the US, for real? For eligible PSN account holders who are at least 18 years of age and purchase and activate a new PS5 console by October 20th. However, social media users have since spotted that Sony has updated the terms of the promotion to clarify that it's by invitation only, meaning it won't necessarily be available to all. What? These are the 12 games you could potentially claim, but Sony said in July that PS5 sales had topped 40 million worldwide. Yo, that's pretty gross. That's a pretty gross tactic there. So basically what they did is they started this out and they went, yo, everybody that buys a PS5 over like basically the next month, you can just get a free game. And then what, about 2 weeks into it, week and a half into it, they were like, yo, let's change the terms of this. That way there will be a bunch of people that have caught on to this sell and they'll still buy into it. And then they'll go, well, what? How come I can't redeem my free game? And it'll be like, oh, well, the terms changed. That's exactly what Sony just did. You can't get your free game. You weren't invited. That's disgusting, dude. Wow. At least that's the way this reads. If this is true, dude, this is a disgusting business tactic. PlayStation Plus drops 120 pounds worth of free games available to download now. Let's see what we got here. A new month means new games being added to the PS Plus catalog, and October is no exception. Callisto Protocol, Weird West, and Farming Simulator are up for grabs. Yeah. Yeah, again, Callisto Protocol dropped at the end of last year. It's supposed to be the spiritual successor to Dead Space. It didn't review real well. And as a matter of fact, has ultimately led to, oh man, why can't I think of his name right now? The individual that set up Striking Distance Studios and was the original kind of creative mind behind Dead Space, blanking his name right now. He just left Striking Distance Studios. Not sure if it was of his own volition or if he was kind of pushed out, you know. But yeah, Callisto Protocol didn't go very well. It didn't sell very well. It didn't review very well, and so I don't know. I think that it's unfortunate because it really set the table for EA. EA came out with Dead Space Remake. Apparently, it was a pretty good experience. They did a pretty good job on it. And the fact that Callisto Protocol released like a month before Dead Space Remake, and it was not very good for a lot of people, and what they were expecting a spiritual successor to Dead Space to be, EA really kind of, it just set the table for EA really well with the Dead Space Remake because it was apparently much better. So Weird West is an RPG, action RPG from Wolfeye Studios. I think that's published actually by Devolver as well, which is a great publisher. And then Farming Simulator 22. If you can't catch what that game is by the name, I don't know what to tell you, man. But if you need links, I'll link this for you. So, Canceled Hyenas was Sega's biggest budget game ever, it's claimed. I don't understand what happened here. And Hollywood director Neil Blomkamp reportedly provided story direction. This game was apparently very close to release. They'd already done betas. It was being heavily promoted, and then they just trashed it. New alleged details on the development of Sega and Creative Assembly's canceled live service shooter Hyenas have been published, including claims that it was Sega's biggest budget game ever before the company pulled the plug. So Sega announced last week that it was canceling the multiplayer shooter, which we read about, and some announced titles under development in Europe following at least 6 years of development on the project. Developer Creative Assembly has suggested the game was canceled due to ambitious plans and high competition in the multiplayer shooter space. However, a new video published by Total War YouTuber Voland, corroborated by VGC's own sources, features claims from anonymous developers that a lack of direction, disruptive engine change, and overly cautious design contributed to its downfall. VGC has asked Sega for comment on the story. They're not going to comment on that, dude. One anonymous developer wrote, "So what went wrong? Total lack of direction. Many of the leadership asleep at the wheel, but they never seem to lose their jobs." That's a plague in many industries nowadays. An engine change partway through the process, attempting to break into a saturated market and not committing to doing anything adventurous with the game. Hyenas, or Project Keaton as it was known then, was greenlit after the critical success but commercial disappointment of Alien Isolation. Following which, the Creative Assembly console team delivered the work-for-hire project Halo Wars 2, which is also claimed to have sold modestly. CA's management wanted to create a console game with broader commercial potential, with Destiny, Escape from Tarkov, and PUBG cited as inspiration. The game was a PvPvE player versus environment shooter with support for up to 15 players in teams of 3. The goal of players was to break into vaults spread across the map, battling AI enemies as well as other player teams, looting merch, and escaping the ship alive. It did have a kind of a crazy premise to it, which was like you would have these, you were fighting like on space stations, right? And you would have like inside outside areas. So you would be in anti-gravity and normal gravity kinds of situations for fighting. So it was supposed to present different kinds of physics for the firefights and stuff that you would get into throughout the matches and stuff, which I thought sounded pretty neat, man. In the early days, Hyenas aimed for a lovable rogues vibe, surviving in a messed up world controlled by elite channeling Han Solo with a bit of Firefly for good measure. One anonymous developer told Voland, "Sounded intriguing, but the details were vague. Earth was in ruins. The rich had everything, still to survive. A gritty sci-fi setting with a touch of NASA. The game was originally planned to use the Alien Isolation engine, but due to frustration with its tools, it was decided the game would switch to Unreal Engine, which required a portion of the team to be temporarily moved to work on Total War." In 2019, before Hyenas had been announced, Creative Assembly's Twitter account posted a photo of Hollywood director Neil Blomkamp visiting its offices. According to sources, the District 9 and Elysium director was a big fan of Alien Isolation. His trip to the studio was more than a social visit, as he was actually providing feedback on the game's overall direction. I was in the boardroom where they presented Hyena's game concept internally in 2017. PUBG, Overwatch, Destiny, and Tarkov will take 5 years to make. That was a quote. It was soul crushing to see that's how games were made at my favorite studio. Such a waste. Hope the impact is minimal. This matched the synopsis of the game when it was eventually announced, which had players raiding huge plunder ships on their way from Earth carrying valuable pop culture relics such as old VHS tapes or vinyl records. He also had the idea of inserting a lot of internet humor and stuff. The anonymous developer continued, he even made a mood video to show what he was thinking. And to be honest, after the period of what the F are we doing here, it was a real shot in the arm to have some direction. The project so often felt utterly rudderless. At some point, Creative Assembly parted ways with Blomkamp, and Hyenas was eventually announced during a live stream in June of last year. However, there was still uncertainty around the game's direction and even its business model. Hyenas was initially announced for consoles and PC. However, a year later, in the summer of this year, Sega executives publicly called Hyenas' development challenging. Stated they would look at adjusting the game's business model, possibly to free-to-play. After multiple closed alpha tests for the game, sources claim that Sega wasn't happy with the progress on the title, with Japan providing more scrutiny over the project in recent months. Sources also confirmed that while Hyenas was originally planned as a premium game, by the time it was canceled, it had transitioned to a free-to-play model with microtransactions, though very limited post-release support had actually been designed. The game was believed to have been one of the super games Sega often referred to in its financial results. Ambitious, big-budget titles it hoped would pay off with big sales in the future. Sega claimed in November of 2021 that it would consider investing up to 100 billion yen, or 882 million US dollars, over 5 years to achieve its super game ambitions, which would cover the development of multiple projects. Although it's not public knowledge how much Sega invested in Hyenas, former developers told VGC they believe it was the company's biggest budget ever for a game, beating 1999's Shenmue, which was once claimed to have cost around 70 million. Developer concluded that by saying they weren't angry with Sega for canceling Hyenas, but expressed frustration that as a result, Creative Assembly was making layoffs across the studio, allegedly including departments who had no involvement in the multiplayer shooter. Angry with the crap leadership and for the people above them for not dealing with them. I had hoped that maybe after Hyenas flopped, we could be kept on at CA if the next project was another nice, low-risk contract job like HW2. But most of us are likely being made redundant, and I'm okay with that. Really. What I'm actually furious about is that the redundancies are affecting people who had nothing to do with Hyenas, like IT, operations, marketing, HR, even some people over on TW. They bear no responsibility for this bin fire. But you know those people that were at the top of this, managing this, and you know, they're probably still got their jobs, right? Managing this project. So that feels bad, dude. That's usually the way this goes down. I don't know. It's a weird situation, man. Yeah, this game was it was definitely being promoted in a big way by Sega too. So apparently Sega just got to a point where they saw this as a money sink that wasn't going to pay off, and they decided to go ahead and just bite the bullet, if you will, on this one. Apparently they would rather just eat the losses they've already taken rather than potentially continue to just leak more money that they didn't think they were going to be able to recoup out of this. It's a rough one, dude. Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer trailer features remastered Modern Warfare 2 maps. Multiplayer beta kicks off this weekend on PlayStation consoles. Yeah. So if you didn't know, the beta kicks off this weekend for Modern Warfare 3. It's PlayStation only. This will be the last time this happens. So be prepared for that. As Microsoft will be very, very quickly purchasing in full Activision Blizzard. And it's a very safe bet that this will never, ever become a thing on PlayStation again, where they have like their own beta weekends moving forward or anything. So, but that is the way it's going down right now. Next weekend should be all platform beta, and then the release is right at the beginning of November. Yeah. So this is the new trailer.
So like relax, I'm spilling these rats long as you feel them to the day that I drop. You'll never say that I'm not feeling them. You're coming with me.
Nope. If I just heard what I thought I heard, then
Unacceptable!
love that artist. But yeah. Otherwise, I just have to like mute out this whole thing on my upload of the news segment to YouTube. So sorry. That's very DMCA. Very DMCA, dude. Yeah, sorry, Walt. The thing is, like, it's hard to tell, like, if they were just gonna play the song all the way through. If it was just little snippets of the song or whatever, then it probably would have been fine. But if they end up getting to a point where they play the song basically over 10 seconds, it gets me into a potential bad situation. So I don't really want to deal with it. But there you go. First of two Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer beta weekends will kick off the following day. It'll be available on PS4 and PS5 exclusively this weekend. The game will feature updated versions of all 16 launch maps from 2009's Modern Warfare 2. I will link this for you. You guys can watch it, listen to it. You know what I'm saying? They are Afghan, Derail, Estate, Favela, Karachi, High Rise, Invasion, Quarry, Rundown, Rust, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Sub Base, Terminal, Underpass, and Wasteland. A selection of the remastered maps will be included in the multiplayer beta along with the new Ground War experiences. The game's second beta weekend will support crossplay on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox consoles. Thursday's Call of Duty Next broadcast will also showcase Modern Warfare 3's Zombies mode. Everybody's stoked about that, I know. The new Call of Duty Warzone map and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Set for release on November 10th. Modern Warfare 3 is a direct sequel to last year's Modern Warfare 2. Development is being led by Sledgehammer in collaboration with Infinity Ward, while Treyarch is in charge of its Zombies mode. Here you go. You go check out the trailer, listen to all that nice music in there, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is bad news, dude. Former Ubisoft executives reportedly arrested over sexual misconduct allegations. 5 people said to have been detained by police, including some of its most senior ex-creatives. Jesus, dude. 5 former Ubi employees have reportedly been detained by French police investigating allegations of sexual assault and harassment at the company. According to Liberation, 3 ex-employees were placed in police custody on Tuesday, and another 2 were arrested today. Among those detained are former Chief Creative Officer Sergei Haskoe. I probably butchered that, sorry, but who oversaw all the company's games as head of its influential editorial team before resigning in July 2020 after a significant number of accusations were made against him. Also taken into custody was Haskoe's right-hand man, Tommy Francois, who was vice president of editorial and creative services prior to his departure in August of 2020, following accusations of sexual misconduct as well. The arrests follow complaints filed simultaneously in the summer of 2021 by the French trade union Solidaire Informatique and 2 victims on their own behalf. Following the complaints, judicial police reportedly collected testimonies from around 50 current and former Ubisoft employees during a year-long investigation. In October of 2021, an anonymous survey of almost 14,000 Ubisoft employees found that 20% of respondents didn't feel fully respected or safe in the work environment. Jesus. And that 25% had witnessed or experienced workplace misconduct over the past 2 years. God dang, dude. This is Sergey right here. Study was conducted by a third-party research firm in the wake of allegations of sexual harassment, sexism, and racism that summer. Aside from Haskaway and Francois, other senior Ubisoft figures who stepped down or were fired in the wake of the allegations include Canadian Studios MD Giannis Mallet, Global Head of HR Cecile Cornet, Veteran Creative Director Maxime Beland, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla Creative Director Ashraf Ismail. Jesus, dude. It's bad news. Look, here's the thing. We've seen it happen with other companies too, right? And look, we knew there was some bad stuff that had happened at Ubisoft for a while. We knew that back in like 2021, we had started hearing a lot of reports come out about some bad sexual harassment stuff, sexual misconduct, a lot of bad culture stuff, mismanagement going on at Ubi, right? And I think that's why it's important. We've seen it happen with a lot of companies, you know, Blizzard. There are a lot of companies where people get put in positions of power, and it turns into a corrupt system of mismanagement, bad culture, you name it. You know, it's like the power goes to their head. They feel like they can get away with whatever they want. And luckily, more often than not, I think that, you know, it ends up, I think it'll always end up catching up to people. You know, if I hate that it takes too long most of the time, but that's why it's important, I think, that businesses promote the right kind of culture from the get-go, and they have, you know, processes in place to always gauge and to gauge the atmosphere, to gauge how people are feeling about the workplace, as well as being very open about what's going on in the business, and having a like core standards about for a business about the way they treat each other, and you know, how the workplace should be conducted with ethical and moral values and things like that. You know, because we've seen it happen all too often. Yeah. And whether it be things like sexual harassment, sexual misconduct, crunch culture, I mean, you name it, do we see it in this industry all the time? And this isn't the only industry it happens in, man. It happens in all kinds of other businesses and industries. And here's the thing. We talk about this a lot, which is why this community is not... the reason this community is the way it is because I wanted a wholesome place for us to be a part of, right? And that's why it is the way it is. And the people that hang out here all the time that are a part of it, you guys are the ones that make it happen. All I've done is laid the groundwork, right? But it's this notion of you get a few bad seeds, right, in some positions of power. It's very easy for that to really turn into a snowball effect, where they influence other people to feel like they can get away with and do things, and that's the way things should be done. Other people feel like they're afraid to not do those things for what the repercussions might be, or they're afraid to say anything because they're afraid of the repercussions, until it becomes so rampant and widespread that it's inevitable it comes out. Thank God, because that's basically what this had become. We've seen it a lot. It's terrible. But I think that that's why it's important for a lot of these businesses to have really good, ethical, and morally grounded people to be placed in their positions of power to ensure that things don't get out of line. It's not easy. Yeah, I make it sound easy. It's not easy. It really isn't. It doesn't. The whole saying. It doesn't take very much bad to spoil the rest. You know what I mean? A few bad seeds in there can really, really wreck the entire environment really quick, and it's hard to build back that entire morale and build a solid, healthy culture in a workplace again. When it gets destroyed, it can get destroyed very quick. It can get toxic very, very fast, and it doesn't take very many people to make that happen. And to build it back the right way, and even in the first place, is not necessarily a real easy thing to do, but it's the right thing, and that's the way it needs to be. And it sucks to see this kind of thing happen, Unfortunately, it's also not a rare thing for us to see either. When is Valorant coming to Xbox Series X? Inside scoop on Riot Games' plans. Seems like we hit on this not too long ago. Yeah. During a Q&A session with Riot developers, the team was willing to explore different Valorant platforms. Trevor Romleski, the game's lead designer, even hinted at new opportunities for other platforms. Don't hold your breath just yet. No confirmed release date exists for Valorant on Xbox currently, okay? Excuse me. Yeah. They have issues trying to convert control scheme over to controllers rather than like keyboard and mouse, as well as their anti-cheat system being put onto console is another, I guess, obstacle for them. No official announcement for any console release right now. We'll just have to keep our eyes and ears open for that one. Okay, guys. Diablo 4's Season 2 patch fixes almost every problem this individual has had with the game since launch. So many changes you could almost call it Diablo 4 2.0. All right. Yeah, there are vampires coming to this new season, which is dope. Who doesn't love vampires, There are 51 quality of life changes in Diablo 4 Season 2 patch notes that address some of the action RPG's most glaring issues. Major parts of the game like leveling speed, mountain, and dungeon layouts have been so dramatically changed that you could almost call this update Diablo 4 2.0. A dramatic overhaul for a game that's just 4 months old. On October 17th, when the Season of Blood begins, your seasonal and non-seasonal characters will level up faster, have cleaner inventories, finish dungeons more easily, ride their mounts faster, and find better gear than in Season 1. Just about everything that got in the way of jumping around Sanctuary and slaying demons has been smoothed out. Quote, Season 2 really represents the first release where we've had a bit of time to really read all the feedback from players, watch the videos, and watch players play and play a lot ourselves in a more live environment with our friends. Associate Game Director Joe Pipiora said in a group interview with PC Gamer, best live service games are ones where there's a healthy dialogue between the player base and the team development team. The best developers are the developers that have communication and open lines of communication with their consumer and fan base of their titles, and especially through the development process of games, showcase allow betas, consider feedback, implement changes players want to see, implement mechanics players want to see, not just live service games. So this is a quote from him. The best live service games are the ones where there's a healthy dialogue between the player base and the development team. He said, explaining how the new patch targets some of the community's most requested changes, particularly with the in-game or post-level 50 experience. You'll likely feel these improvements even before level 50. I combed through the patch notes and found 7 of the most impactful updates in Diablo 4 Season 2. Everyone can skip the campaign. Really. Easy to miss one of Diablo 4 Season 2's biggest changes for the new players in the huge list of patch notes. Now, once you complete the prologue, you can skip the campaign on new characters. Blizzard really said the cataclysmic feud between Lilith and Inarius can wait. Do the campaign on your own time. As long as you finish the roughly hour-long prologue on one character, you can skip the other 20 hours of the story and jump straight into the seasonal quests from now on. Leveling to 100 is significantly faster. About 40% faster, Blizzard says. Dungeons won't waste your time anymore. Massively reduced backtracking, says Blizzard. More procedurally generated and random. Inventory and stash management is much easier. Gyms will finally skip your inventory and count as crafting resources you'll need to take to a jeweler in one of the major cities to use. That alone would do a lot to keep your inventory clean, but now the 3 lowest tiers of items in World Tiers 3 and 4 will drop as crafting resources too, saving you a trip to town. Blizzard has also added a search bar and filters to your stash. This is something that cannot be overstated. Like any RPG that doesn't give you a search bar or search function or filter options or whatever for your inventory sucks. How are we this far into gaming at this point and we still deal with this? RPG developers, dude, you have to know. Many of us are loot whores, man. You know what I mean? Like, we just can't stand it. And many games nowadays, if they're RPGs, they're loot heavy anyways. So if you're not implementing some quality of life options for narrowing down what you're looking for in your stashes or your inventory, you're doing it wrong. You can simply type the name of the item you want or use a filter to highlight a specific category of items. And any town with a waypoint will now have a stash as well. Mounts are just better in every way. Normal speed is 15% faster, less prone to getting stuck on the environment, and slowing to a crawl. Boosted speed with spurs lasts longer, breaks through barriers. Cooldowns for summoning them after dismounting has been cut in half. Cool. Renown rewards are finally permanent. D4's worst grind is finally over. Renown rewards are permanent once you've earned them once. Instead of having to hunt down the same altars of Lilith, complete the same dungeons, finish the same side quests, and re-explore all of Sanctuary every single time you start a new character, all of the rewards for maximizing your renown per region will persist forever. All the skill points, potion capacity upgrades, max obols, and paragon points will be available from the start on any new character you make. Unique and uber unique items will be farmable. D4's most powerful and rare items, uniques, and uber uniques will have a higher chance of dropping off of one of Season 2's 5 new in-game bosses. Huge for in-game players who want to hunt down specific build-changing uniques like the Necromancer gloves that make corpse explosions spawn skeletons that explode. Jesus, that sounds OP. It will also be the first time you can farm for uber uniques, which have a famously low chance to drop off of high-level enemies. Without spoiling who the boss is, beware of the patch notes. You can summon them repeatedly at level 100 for a chance at one of the few uber unique items in the game. There you go. I'll link this for you if you need anything out of it, but it sounds like they're making some good changes for D4, man. Good. Samsung is adding cloud gaming to your Galaxy phone, and it could arrive this week. Galaxy smartphones and tablets are reportedly adding a new app from Samsung as soon as this week. A new report claims, as Samsung will apparently expand its own cloud gaming service to all Galaxy users. They already have this kind of stuff on their TVs. Rolled out on all their modern TVs, and they've rolled it out on some of their past couple of years models of TVs that could implement it. Samsung has somewhat quietly been working on its own cloud gaming service for a while now. The service has been in beta and could arrive on 1 billion Galaxy devices as soon as later this week. Oh, maybe this is a little different. The new cloud service would apparently be exclusive. Oh, dude, no way. Random time. That's a great one, too, dude. New cloud service would apparently be exclusive to Samsung smartphones and tablets, would launch widely during Samsung's developer conference, which takes place on October 5th. Apparently the goal is to eliminate download times for games. Users will be able to stream mobile games immediately without downloading the title from the Play Store or Galaxy Store, which Samsung hopes to will make ads for games more effective. The company is apparently also planning to cut service fees for this cloud gaming option to be below the 30% seen through the Play Store and Apple App Store. Ongoing testing of this cloud gaming service, which is apparently integrated into Samsung Game Launcher, has seen positive response, but it's been quite clear what Samsung's goal is. A big goal of this cloud gaming push on Samsung's part would be to generate additional revenue from Galaxy owners as the smartphone market has been in decline. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. This isn't the first push Samsung has made around cloud gaming. In 2022, the company launched its gaming hub on its TVs, which integrates cloud gaming from other services like Xbox, GeForce, now Amazon Luna, and for a little while, the now dead Google Stadia. Okay, we'll have to keep track and see how this rolls out, how well this plays. If you need more off of this, a lot of Samsung users out there, so get your random modes in here, my dudes. Try to get a free sub. I love that Halloween sussy emote, dude. It's so good. All right. This will work. It's time to split the Atom. Turtle Beach's distinctive two-piece Atom controller is now available for gamers on iPhone. Looks like iPhone only right now. Which doesn't make sense if you're playing on the new iPhone because apparently it's piece of trash. It doesn't even work for the 15 anyway. So the Atom's two ergonomic grip modules fit every Apple iPhone 14, 13, 12, and 11 model. Adjustable spring-loaded clamps ensure there's no need to remove phone cases. Two Atom modules stay connected wirelessly using Turtle Beach's proprietary 2.4 GHz link to perform as a single unit when gaming, while low latency Bluetooth guarantees a lag-free connection with any smartphone when cloud gaming on Apple Arcade, Game Pass, GeForce Now, Steam Link, and more. When it's time to stow and go, the two Atom modules magnetically combine to effortlessly fit in a pocket or in its included carrying case. It brings the familiar console-style controller feel to mobile gamers with ergonomic handles that keep hands relaxed and comfortable during those long hours of gaming. The Atom controller comes equipped with full-size thumbsticks, D-pads, bumpers, triggers, and ABXY buttons, plus view and menu buttons for precise, responsive controls on any cloud streaming title. The Atom controller's integrated clamps and included rubber pods fit all iPhone 11 models and newer, and will fit most iPhones in form-fitting, what does that say? Slim cases as well. The controller charges up in just over 2 hours using the included USB-C cable, and should be delivering a reliable 20 hours of battery life in a single charge. All right. If you need more on this, if you're interested, here's your link. Gaming powerhouse Red Magic 8S Pro is ridiculously affordable at Amazon, but only for a little while. these are promoted. I don't know much about these devices. They're always promoted. The Red Magic phones are always promoted as heavy gaming devices, top smartphones. But I've never gotten my hands on one. I haven't done extensive research on how good they actually are. Top smartphones of today might have processors that are powerful enough to handle games, but a real gamer knows that's not enough for a smooth gaming experience. If you don't want to buy a handheld console for on-the-go gaming, but like the portability that comes with it, you should check out the Red Magic 8S Pro as it's on sale. It is not a phone that treats gaming as an afterthought. It's a gaming phone built for gamers. It's got a 6.8-inch, 120 hertz borderless screen. Front-facing camera has been placed under the screen for an unobtrusive viewing experience. It is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip paired with at least 12 gigs of RAM. That means you're going to have different tiers of this phone you can buy into with different amounts of RAM. And 256 gigs of storage internal. You can probably expand that with micro SD cards, but there's also probably different storage variations for models too. Many elements in place to avoid overheating, including a high thermal conductivity gel, composite graphene, and a silent high-speed fan. Even for an even better experience, you can press the red button on the side of the phone and play around with the settings such as CPU performance, GPU performance, and touch sensitivity. It also has shoulder trigger buttons, which many phones don't have. You can map the button to carry out various gaming actions that you would otherwise require tapping on display controls. It has a 6,000 mAh battery. The 12 gig 256 12 gig RAM, 256 gigabyte storage version retails for $800, but Amazon has the price down to $120 right now, and is also letting you use a $60 coupon at checkout. Excuse me. It normally retails for roughly $800 US. They've knocked the price down by $120, and they're letting you use another additional $60 coupon. So that's $180 off, right? Says the deal's supposed to expire very soon, so you might want to go check it out now if you're interested. All right. Okay, here's the deal. This is the last article I have for the day. If anybody has anything else you want to talk about regarding the video gaming industry, what's current, what's going on that maybe I haven't touched on, bring it to my attention in chat, and we'll talk about it and address it, flesh it out before we move on and play Song of Horror for the rest of the day. Cool. Excuse me. So this is shout out to our buddy Tinwin. Tinwin saw this and shot it to me yesterday on Discord, and I'm sorry, buddy. I was just so flipping busy yesterday, dude. I saw it on my phone, and then I meant to check it out later on the desktop, and I just blanked it, dude. But I just saw it real quick on my phone, and that's why I didn't really get back to you on it, man. But thank you very much for this. This was unexpected. This is from Jez Corden. Just got an email from Gigantic. Might remember this as briefly Xbox PC exclusive MOBA, now published by Gearbox. They're hosting a private weekend Gigantic play session, invite only, with some new features. What's going on here? What this says is, in this limited time event, you can re-experience a portion of Gigantic's features you know and love, and some never-before-seen features that have been added just for this event. I'm not familiar with this game, really. Familiar heroes and arenas make a return. The heroes and arenas you loved back when Gigantic launched are back for this fan fest version of Gigantic. Fight with massive guardians, fight alongside and against massive guardians in epic 5v5 battles to control the battlefield. Freedom of movement, maneuver expensive and intricate arenas with unparalleled speed. Deeply strategic, strategize and adapt with your teammates to best your enemies using a widely diverse roster of heroes. So, is it actually out there anywhere? Was it totally removed all the way together? It looks like it. I'm not seeing it on Steam. Let's pull this up on Please note, this is a special private event specifically for you and other invited fans to play Gigantic once more. Experience is confidential. You will need to review and agree to the closed Gigantic playtest agreement in order to join and play Gigantic. No streaming, no screen grabs, no recording, no discussing event outside of private discussion channels. Interesting. Yeah, I hope this comes back. Maybe this is them testing the waters. That's kind of what I was saying before. This is quite possibly one of those situations where they're trying to like get a bit of a taste of how many people might be interested in this game coming back. You know, would it be worth for them to bring this back? So let's pull this up real quick. So it was an Xbox One and Windows release, right? July 20th, 2017. There's a bunch of stuff right now about it. Check it out. Gearbox Hero Shooter Gigantic coming back online for one weekend only. Hero Shooter Gigantic may have shut down 5 years ago, but Gearbox Software, who, by the way, if you didn't know, is being shopped around right now by Embracer. Embracer owns Gearbox. Could this be a ploy into that, too? I don't think anything's off the table here. Embracer's shopping Gearbox around right now. Embracer's in a bit of a struggle. They had a $2 billion deal fall through with Savvy Games Group, which is basically the Saudi Arabian regime. Yeah. The prince that runs Saudi Arabia. So Embracer had a deal fall through with them. And they've been in a bit of a struggle. We've seen them shut down Volition recently, and now they're shopping around Gearbox to see what they might be able to get out of it. See what other companies might be interested in purchasing Gearbox. And is this just a coincidence that Gearbox is doing this? Is it Embracer prompting Gearbox to showcase some stuff they might be able to bring to the table as a developer for other companies to buy into them? I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I figured you did, Tim Wynn. That's why I figured you. Yeah, I figured you did. That's why I figured you probably brought it to my attention. Hero Shooter Gigantic may have shut down 5 years ago, but Gearbox Software is bringing it back for 1 weekend only in a limited time throwback event. I'm going to bring up a trailer of it in a moment. A Reddit post was tempted. Templar shared an email asking players to the event, while the game subreddit is also full of others who received the invite. Yeah, we've seen this stuff. Oh yeah, we'll watch this. The event official launch trailer. Okay, the event's going to take place from today to tomorrow. Let's see this real quick. I don't think I really remember this, dude, to be honest.
Into the breach! Woohoo!
Come with me.
Follow me if you can.
Welcome, breacher.
What's up? Boom, baby!
It looks good.
On my way.
Clear skies ahead.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, it looks dope.
Don't stop the party without
It's definitely got that Gearbox vibe to it, you know. Even though I know they're not the developer, right? They're the publisher of it, right? So, but it
Kill shot.
Yo, that looks sick.
Attack now.
Interesting. Motiga, huh? Yeah, that looks dope, dude. Yeah, players will even get to enjoy never before seen features, according to the email, including a rush mode, new loadout system, and revamped content. Classic gigantic gameplay and features will be present too. Of course, bringing back the team-based competitive action in teams of 5 heroes. Shut down back in 2018. A few months after developer Motiga was shut down in November. Oh, so they're done, huh? Current state of the game is restricted options for further progress and relevant content updates and delivering basic features, while also fixing long-standing issues was more complicated than expected. Closure announcement read. Well, I don't think they would just be bringing it back for no reason, you know? There's something behind this. My inkling here is that they're playing with this game, you know? My inkling is that Gearbox is doing something behind the scenes with this a little bit. And they've probably, because I mean, it looks dope. It looks like it could be a lot of fun. They've probably had like a team that's been kind of toying with this a little bit, and they're probably kind of gauging how much interest might be around this. It's already kind of blowing up, you know. I think they, you know, you can see how many articles came up right now, and it's all over Twitter and stuff too. And so I think that they're probably just trying to gauge interest right now on whether or not it could be a good play for them to bring it back into the fold and you know, devote a bit more resources to bringing it back as a live service game, right? Because I mean, that's definitely something that if you're going to do that, it's not the same. I mean, this is a game that's already been out before, right? So I think that it makes sense for them to gauge interest in this rather than just push it back out, you know? Gauge interest, see how many people, see if it seems like it's going to be worthwhile for them. But I think they're probably just planning on doing this. I think this is just something, maybe like a bit of a teaser, you know? But I would be surprised if this didn't come back out in the future, because it looks like they're trying to bring it back into prominence here and get it set back up and everything. So, cool, man. That's pretty neat. It looks dope. It looks fun. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for sharing. That's very, very cool. Yeah, it looks like a pretty neat little game, dude. We'll see what happens moving forward. If you get any more news on that front, man, shoot it to me, man, so we can continue to keep track of what's going on here. Cool. Let me know how it feels too, man, getting back into it, because it's been, what, dude, shut down in 2018, like 5 years. So you'll be playing it like today and tomorrow, I guess. I'm guessing so it'll be like 5 years since you played. That's a really short window for replay too, man. Yeah. So let me know how you feel about it, dude. That's very cool. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. That's the news, guys. That's the news. Let me get some music popping off here, and we'll go ahead and start transitioning over into our gameplay. We got a new montage too, man. I'm gonna after we finish the news segment up here, everybody that's hanging out, we got a new montage for you to watch while I take my break in between the news segment and playing games here that's coming up. So, a great news segment. It's always good to be back, dude. Wednesdays being the day off and everything, it's you know, it's always nice to have that day to focus on trying to get some more stuff for the community. We got a couple of new gifts. We got a new montage done, dude. It's good stuff. But it's always nice to be back in the live streaming swing of things and back to playing games with everybody. So I hope everybody had a great day yesterday, man, and we're gonna have a great day today. So the news segment was awesome. I appreciate everybody's input and being here for it. If anybody is hanging out that's not familiar with what we do here, we are live 6 days a week. We stream every day but Wednesdays. We go live at roughly 6 a.m. CST CDT. We always started off with a video gaming news, which is what we do to kind of stay current on what's going on in the video gaming industry. And as soon as we finish that up, we do what we're about to do right now, which is move on over and start playing games for the rest of the day, which currently we're in the middle of Scaretober, playing horror games all month, and we're going to go continue our gameplay playthrough of Song of Horror, man. So that's what we're doing for the rest of the day today. And all of our previous content, all the previous video gaming news segments, all of our playthroughs, funny, wild clips, and highlights, all that stuff is out there on our Twitch channel in playlists, as well as on the YouTube channel as VODs and playlists as well. And so, I don't know, go check out all that content. If you're enjoying it, come hang out with us when we are live. We got an amazing group of people that are part of this community. Always trying to have a good time, spread good vibes, and just enjoy the world of video games, and have a great community of people here. And we're always looking for more people that have that same mindset to come be a part of what we do. So if you're enjoying the content, come be a part of what we do here, man, when we are live 6 days a week, all right? Other than that, happy Thursday. Stay healthy, stay safe, be kind. We're going to go play games now, but we'll be back tomorrow with our next edition of Video Gaming News for October 6th. All right?